bring in Dr. Paul Levinson. All right, he is a professor of communications and media studies at Fordham University. He's author of the book Fake News in Real Context, coming to us from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. All right, Roseanne, first of all, would you have fired her if you were running ABC?
Yes, I would have, but that's in part because I always thought she was an idiot, and I never particularly enjoyed her comedy. But I probably, even if I did enjoy Roseanne, I would have fired her because, unlike Charles Blow, Roseanne is an entertainer. That's why ABC was paying her. And it's totally understandable that ABC would conclude that Roseanne's making an outlandish racist statement like that gets in the way of her as an entertainer. In contrast, though, Charles Blow is not an entertainer. He's an opinion writer. That's what he is paid to do. So you might disagree with his opinion, but that's certainly not a firing offense if you have an opinion that you express, and that's what you're paid to do.
All right, let's take Roseanne first. If you were the president of ABC, though, you have an obligation to your stockholders. That's the first obligation that the corporate masters have, to make money for the corporation. Roseanne's ratings aren't going to go down if she wasn't fired. If they came back in September, her ratings wouldn't go down. People who like Roseanne are going to watch Roseanne. They don't care what she says about Valerie Jarrett. So economically, I don't believe that there was any association with the firing. But ABC is a company owned by Disney with an image, a corporate image. And if they didn't fire Roseanne, you know what would have happened. All kinds of racial boycotts, all kinds of demonstrations on Disney property. That's why they fired her. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. But it isn't just money. There are limits. For example, if Charles Manson was still alive, he no doubt would draw an enormous number of viewers, but I can't see any entertainment network giving him any
but it's
time.
a different thing, though, Doctor.
Well,
in the sense that, look, Roseanne was the most successful show ABC had, period.
Yeah.
All right? The most successful show. But she now has brought so much outside horror on the Disney Corporation that they had to let her go for that reason, and that reason alone, I believe. And I think that they were morally outrageous. All of us are. I mean, you can't, as I said, you can't do that. You just can't do that.
And once you do that, the problem is you can't look at this woman
the same way.
Any role.
Particularly if you're a minority, particularly if you're a black American. So you're right. Now, as far as the, look, I don't care about Charles Blow in the New York Times. I don't read it. It's not a trustworthy vehicle anymore. They're in business for an agenda. And everybody knows it, including the people who work for it. But my assertion is that the Charles Blows of the world, saying that you could be a closet racist if you don't condemn Trump as a white supremacist, which is just absurd. I don't think Trump's a white supremacist. I've known him for 30 years. Okay, that makes me a closet racist? Come on, you're an idiot, Charles Blow. But this now is all helping Trump. All of this overdoing it, over this histrionics, the white supremacy, that's helping him. Am I wrong?
No, you're completely right about that. But let me first say about the New York Times. They weren't exactly a great asset to Hillary Clinton during the 2016 election. In fact, within the past month, they apologized for publishing all kinds of nonsensical stories about Hillary's email, which was really, a bogus issue from the get-go. The Times is a very imperfect medium, but their imperfection did not start with their coverage of Donald Trump. Everything they do is imperfect. Everything that any journalist does is imperfect. They make mistakes all the time.
But it's not a matter of making mistakes, and I think this is a very good subject for your class at Fordham. It's a matter of philosophy. The primary goal of a journalist and the responsibility of a journalist, according to the founding fathers of this country, is to seek the truth. That's it. Seek the truth. The New York Times does not do that. All right? And I can tell you that from personal experience. They couldn't care less about seeking the truth. They take their orders from their corporate masters, and the masters put out signals. Now, will they write nasty stuff about Democrats and Hillary Clinton? Yeah, they will. But it's not a jihad like it is now against Trump. It's not a, we got to get this guy out of office. And that's what the folks are seeing, not only from the New York Times, but from CNN, NBC News. And the folks are saying, you know what? As bad as Trump is, all right, and he's done bad things, it's not nearly as bad as what the media is doing. And that's where we are.
Well, a couple of points there. First of all, it's not an either-or situation. The New York Times, NBC, CNN, Fox, all of these media try to present the truth, but again,
they don't try.
Well, no,
they don't.
Oh,
no,
well,
they don't. I've worked for them.
All right, most of you didn't work for the New York Times,
no,
so you can't say. All right,
but I know every one of them over there, and they've reported on me.
Well, they may not have reported accurately on you, but my point is, by and large, they and every medium that's in the news business tries to present the truth.
No, they don't.
You're completely right, however, that the corporate culture often distorts that. And your point about they're on a jihad to bring down Trump. Look, Trump is his own worst enemy. Most of what the New York Times reports is letter perfectly true about what Trump says. The fact that, yes, I agree with you. I'm not sure if you said this in the conversation we had today, but I've heard it before, that Trump was slightly misquoted when he was quoted saying immigrants are animals. Trump was talking about the gang members.
That's right. And they do it all the time.
Yeah,
look, Professor, look, we have a gentleman's disagreement about it. But just when you think about it, because I respect you and I think you're searching for the truth, I've worked for them. I know who these people are. All right. And what I'm telling you is seeking the truth is not even on the agenda anymore. It's get the headline, get the clicks, take what you can take, and because we don't like him, and the greater good, this is the mind of the New York Times chieftains, the greater good is getting him out of there, even if we distort the coverage. Professor, I really appreciate you taking time. The book, again, is Fake News in Real Context, and good luck at Fordham. It's a great school. Okay.